Hello everyone, Phoenix Knight here. Welcome to the channel, and welcome to a new playthrough on the channel. I know what you're thinking, Phoenix Knight, this does not look like Delta Green. There's a good reason it looks like Delta Green. It doesn't look like Delta Green. That would be because it's not Delta Green. So in the last about hour or so, I kind of started thinking about it a little bit, and I realized the initial vibe I've been getting from my research about Delta Green is that it's basically just a Call of Cthulhu lookalike. And I'm starting to feel more and more like I'm honestly just probably going to stick with Call of Cthulhu, even though it's got a different, modern, more combat heavy vibe. My initial impression as I've been learning this is it seems like it's just a more complicated Call of Cthulhu. And if I want the Call of Cthulhu, if I want more combat-y vibes, I'm probably just going to turn to Pulp Cthulhu. As such, we're going to come back to our playthrough of MAG-23 Guadalcanal by Historic Wings. As I've hyped before, this one puts you in charge of the Cactus Air Force in Guadalcanal fighting against the Japanese in the World War II Pacific. Now, coming off of our last mission was a total disaster. The runway ended up being a cratered mess, and I couldn't fly anything in that mission. So now the squadron's out for blood in this one. With all of that being set, we're going to jump right into the action on this one. I'm just going to make sure I've got all my notes straight over here so I can keep everything updated. Okay, I'm going to bring a set of RPG dice close by, just in case I need those. So we are all set to get into this one. We'll start off by seeing if we're going to schedule a combat air patrol, and as usual, the answer to that is going to be no, we are not scheduling a combat air patrol. Then we're going to roll. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to roll for the weather. So we're on our weather table over here. Grab a D6 for that and see what kind of weather we've got. Let's see, 2. Oh joy, we've got heavy rain coming at us. We really could have used that yesterday to hopefully keep everybody at bay. All right, so now we've got to roll for the type of mission that we've got coming at us. And because we've got heavy rain coming at us, we've got a -3 weather mod. All right, so let's see what type of mission we've got coming at us. We're on a -3 on this roll. That's a 6. -3 is 3, so that's going to be a C mission that's coming at us. Which means our next roll is going to be for our reports. As I'm trying to put my notes down here, so Coast Watcher reports that we're looking into. We've got Bougainville, New Georgia, let's see, Santa Isabel, Sabo Island, and West Guadalcanal. As usual, I'm going to get my 5d6s and read them from nearest to furthest. So we're rolling on this table for our Coast Watcher reports. So let's see what we get sent our way for intel. Wow, we've got absolutely terrible intel. Apparently the rain is also keeping my Coast Watchers on the ground. So that's going to be fun. Not that I'm planning to fly this mission anyway. So we've got our radar report next. We should be all the way over here. And we've got an excellent radar plot, so a +3 on intel. But now we're rolling to see what kind of force we've got coming at us. What kind of force is waiting for us. We're rolling on the C mission table. It might be a little bit hard to see there, but that's where we're going next. Odds are we're not flying this one anyway. All right, 2, so we've got escorted transports. Which is 4 destroyers and 8 transports. So now we're assigning pilots, except for the part where we're not flying this. Because sending anybody up in the rain is just as easy a way to get body bags back as sending people up in mud and dust, but with the runway looking like Swiss cheese. So we're skipping through that, which means they can play tiddlywinks out there for all I care. And now we've got the possibility of an additional mission. So we'll be taking a loss on that mission. But let's see if we get charged with an additional mission. This is more like the stream I was hoping to have on. This is more like the stream I was hoping to have on. Hoping to have yesterday for Guadalcanal, because I knew I wasn't flying that mission in a million years. So let's see if we get an additional mission. We do not. But of course, there's still potential for crazy stuff to start happening. So this will be a very short stream. So now we're on disease and infections. And I'll roll blue for... So the way we're going to do this is we're going to start adding dice gradually. We've got blue for the disease and infections and orange for the result. Orange for the secondary result. Which 3 is going to be dung fever, knocking out 3 pilots again. So we're going to grab I grabbed a set of RPG dice over here. So we need the D6 for squadron selection. If I can get these out nice and clean. Didn't need the D12. But I do need a D6 for squadron selection and a D20 for pilot selection. So our first pilot that's out, actually we can probably add... All right, so that's Squadron 4, Pilot 14. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so that is Fern, who's out with dung fever. So Fern, this should be the 5th, I believe. Shoot, hold on a second. Looks like my light over there fell over. Not stream ending. I'll be right back. Shoot. Always interesting what can happen when you're live, no? Anyway, we should be on the 5th, right? All right, so Fern is going to be out. So dung fever, here we are. That's going to take him down for the count for... Where are my disease notes on here? Probably in the book. But let me look for that. Here we go, dung fever. So yikes, 1d6 plus 8 days. So I am going to add a d6 to that. So we'll add a teal die for the duration. So d6 plus 8 days, he's going to be out 10 days. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yikes. And then our next pilot out with dung fever. Going to be Squadron 1, so our main squadron. Pilot number 17. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 12, 13, 14, 15, 14. So actually Sub-Zero should be KIA as well, but that D20 is going to need to get re-rolled. All right, that's right. So the D20 is going to need to get re-rolled. Whoever it is going to be out for 9 days. 12 we should have. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No, we don't have pilot 12. We should have 8 though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep, Hell is going to be out for 9 days. So Hell is now under the weather with dung fever. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And one more pilot. That's going to be Squadron 3. 1, 2, 3. Pilot 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That is Nightwing, who's now out with dung fever as well. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 days. Okay. That could be, the news could be a lot more pleasant there. Then we've got Pistol Pete Artillery. All right, once more. Actually, we're not going to throw in the extra die just yet. That's a 2, so that'll be good for 1 hit. I'm going to roll the die in my usual way. Blue for the actual result of the hit, orange for the secondary result, and teal if I need a third result, but that'll be individual to the hit. 4 is a runway hit. Jeez. Delightful. How about Washing Machine Charlie? Let's see what he can do here. 4 is nothing. Night Infiltration. That's a 6, no attempt. And Louis the Louse. Naval Bombardment. The Imperial Japanese Navy has really been the bane of my existence in this playthrough. We've taken some of our biggest hits, some of our biggest amounts of damage from the Japanese Navy. But thankfully, the Imperial Japanese Navy is actually going to give us the night off for a change. That's very much welcome. So we'll roll for the random event. As usual, the way I roll for this is I roll a blue die for the result of the event. If that's a 1 or a 2, I will have a random event, and then the orange for the actual event if we have a 1 or a 2. But if we have a 3 to 6 on the blue die, I ignore the orange. That is a 1, so we will actually have a random event and Semper Fi, Mac. So Semper Fi Mac gives us 2d6 to the American side in any one dogfight. Obviously, we're still feeling the fury from the last time from when the runway got cratered. Which, even though we're going to take another loss on the day, that still kind of feels like a win. So, as usual, we will take a loss on the day, which is not good that we had to stand down, but at least we came out of this mostly unscathed, except for Henderson Field taking a hit. But as usual, I'm going to be right back on the stream, and I'll write up a very short after-action report. And I just heard my phone buzz. Okay, nothing to worry about there. on just a second. Okay. All right. Tapping back in, I just got a notification on Facebook about one of my posts. So all right. So the after action report's been written, and it'll be a short one because this is more like the stream I was hoping for the 4th of September, 1942. But we're looking at the 5th now, and we're writing this after action report from Ruff's perspective. I heard the steady thrum of raindrops hitting my tent as I woke up. Sparky came in with a soggy telegram that had, appropriately enough, reports of a sea mission. The heavy rain must have kept the coast watchers on the ground as well, as there was no intel coming in from them. But the radar plot was working and gave us a report of having 8 destroyers and 4 transports sitting ducks. I looked up at the roof as Sparky listened to the rain and immediately tore the report up. I knew the guys were out for blood from the last 2 days, but I didn't feel like needlessly writing deeply regrets letters. Sparky didn't come back with any additional reports of any missions, so it let us get some repairs done. Unfortunately, it also let illnesses run through the squadron, especially dung fever. Fern caught it and would be out for 10 days. Hell would be out for 9 days from his, and Nightwing got it real bad to be out for 11 days. Pistol Pete came over and cratered the runway with only 1 shot. Thankfully, everything else, even the Imperial Japanese Navy, which has caused us nothing but problems the last several nights, was quiet. But I told the squadron to channel their fury into our next mission with focus. Even though we took another loss today, that fury will come out on our next mission. And that will do it for this admittedly short playthrough of MAG-23 Guadalcanal. Not every time I play this game is going to have this action. Is going to have a lot of action, be an epic fight. Sometimes it's just a stream. Sometimes you just have a stream where you advance the story along, or you end up with the environment being a bit of a mess, so you don't really want to fly in that, like we ended up with today. Now, if the heavy rain had come through on the mission for the 4th, we probably wouldn't have had such a disaster on our hands. But I know we're gonna have to fly a little bit more aggressively the rest of this week to try to cover taking 2 losses on the week. But that will do it for this playthrough of MAG-23 Guadalcanal. Tomorrow morning, let me look at the content schedule, but I think we're starting into... Yep, this is part of the reason why I changed the stream up, because I didn't want to be doing 3 Mythos-based RPGs in a row, which Delta Green is another one of those. So tomorrow morning, we're going to be playing some freeform Call of Cthulhu from Chaosium. And tomorrow afternoon, we're going back to the Star Wars universe as we play Star Wars Force and Destiny. Also tomorrow, we're going to have the special holiday episode of Mystical Munchies, as we have the entree out of the Fallout official Vault Dwellers cookbook, the Captain's Feast, aka Roast Prime Rib. Thank you for watching the video. Please give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Be sure to turn on notifications so you get my content. Be well, stay safe, take care of yourselves and your loved ones, and I'll be back with more videos in the future. Until then, take care, everyone.